got to rub a little salt in the wound as they blew out the Noles.
Well, that was a statement win by the Gators, and I think that win really helped push a bunch of high school prospects that might have been considering both the Seminoles and Gators to Gainesville. That game had a huge impact this offseason for the Gators.
He never had a chance to get it to the edge, and first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. He slings it deep to the left. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it in the middle, it's McCoy. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They'll run the screen. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks, it's Thomas. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Seminoles look to keep this drive humming. They send the tight end in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Thomas. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. The play action fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved him forward just a few. And the Noles want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass. It's Castellanos. Uncorks it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. That's it fly. Lost, the defense is wide open. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive. The Gators offense will get the ball for the first time. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
Well, this game certainly doesn't have the longevity historically that a lot of other rivalries have in college football, but this game always means so much. It impacts the conference championship race, the national championship race, and the Heisman Trophy race.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. The Gators will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
To the air on 2nd down. And he's going to go down at the 1. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Wide receiver going in motion. Backed up in their own end, a quick hitter might work. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And the Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Sturdivant. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. A cacophony of noise. Debilitating surround sound. The war chant on 3rd down at the double. Dropping back, it's Glagway. He's going to let one fly down the middle. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Here's a heat. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. looking to fire. Trying to beat the D deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Trying play action. They get to him as he throws.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
It'll be third and long. Scanning the field, it's Castellanos. They're setting up the screen. Finding open areas. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Caught in the backfield, it's Pittman. There he goes. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9, and the big pickup on that one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Run in the red zone, it's Williams. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The Seminoles in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on second down. Zings it complete to the right. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Motion from the back. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Offense facing fourth down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's ball. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Fires to the big fella. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Give to the running back. Spins away from the defender. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Hansen. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Sturdivant. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly, but when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Defense going to call a timeout here and give the kicker a little something to think about. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try along. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. As someone once said, from way downtown, bang, outside of 60 yards.
What a weapon this kicker is. When you've got leg talent like that, you're liable to score from anywhere on the field. Just get the ball close to midfield, and you can put 3 on the board.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Lucas. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The give on the option. Breaks into the open.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll leave it with him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Here's the handoff. Nice move to keep running. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Noles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Makes the catch. It's White. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Castellanos. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Looking to go up top in times running out in the half. Complete on the comeback. Inside. inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off play action. Throws toward the end zone. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
This quarterback is getting frustrated, and you can see it now, right? They've had some possessions, but they only have a field goal to show for it, and he's now starting to take shots. That time, that was not the right look to throw it way down the field here at the end of the first half, but the defense loves this because right now, this quarterback is playing right into their hands.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Gators and Noles. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Florida State and Florida plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Here in the third quarter as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Power football with the run. Breaks the tackle. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. The Gators will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Got it in the middle, it's Pittman. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks, it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Tight end finds a soft spot.
Listen, I know that game didn't get very much, but I love getting the tight ends involved. Get everybody involved in the offense. Make me cover the whole field. Keep everybody a little bit honest.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pressure coming.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. After run, now throw. Wide out trying to get it in. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They want to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's the touchdown Gators! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. The give is to Williams. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Caught near the sticks, it's Robinson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Noles have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He turns it loose to the left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Handoff to the single back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
We're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football.
Oh, he's got some space. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34.
He didn't get a big gain. If you want to call that play, you probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Really nice third down sub defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And it took everything he had, but he barely gets it in there. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again on that last...
There he goes! Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? Looking downfield is Castellanos. Quickly out to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Looking for a crease to the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit, still a 10-point game. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to...
Turning it on! Gets it past the marker. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Pocket breaking down. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. They'll try to get it in with the run. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
And after that 1st down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Tries again to get it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation. And they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Grab behind the line. It's Brown. Touchdown, Gator! And the beatdown has ensued.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports. said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Canes will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida's offense will get first crack at it here. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means.
And the defense got him at the 27.
Protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this round. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
And the Gators line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Miami's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. And the Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. Looking to pass. It's Beck. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lofton. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains.
Now, 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Canes!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And it's up and no good. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. They go to the ground. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to...
Breaks into the open. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Leaves it with the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. To the air, it's Lagway. Got his man quickly. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Gators decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Now backed up in their own end. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. 4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. They'll run play action. They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run the option. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll play it safe and try for 3. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Guys, they could have cut the deficit in half if that field goal had been good. Still down by 6. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Miami.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
He leaves it with his back. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Miami.
Final play of the quarter coming. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And they just kind of sneak that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Trying play action. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got it behind the line. It's Lofton. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they got it at the 42. And the Canes have their offense in high gear. Looking for space. It's Fletcher. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And when you're on defense,
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. Back to throw, it's back. Plucks it out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 5 yards away from another 3rd down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Marion. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. It's complete to the left. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. They believe in this running game, and they take it all the way down to the 25 before he goes out of bounds. And the Canes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off play action on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Bauman. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Hurricanes are in the hurry-up. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Fires deep toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Off play action. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown Hurricane. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
no, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
and they'll try to tack on 2. Dropping back, it's back. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Florida, 0.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Florida.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.